Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International coin channel. And today we have the three quarters from the United States from 1984, the Philadelphia quarter, the San Francisco quarter, and the Denver Mint quarter. And look at that big dent where they put the mint mark in there. We'll take a look at that later. A few of the things you always look at when you look at coins are how many were made, how good the best example is of them, and was there anything special that went on in that year. Well, it turns out that for 1984, the U.S. Washington quarters really get no respect. Here's the Philadelphia quarter from 1984, and you can see that this is an exceptionally good Philadelphia quarter. We don't really have hardly any marks on it. We have a little bit of a dot over there. If we look at it at the top, it says Liberty. Down here at the bottom, it says 1984. Right there under George Washington's chin, it says, "In God We Trust." Looks like a little bit of a line down the center of the O there, but there's no value to that really. Over here on the side there is a P for Philadelphia, and then way up underneath here there's a J and an F, and those are the initials of the engraver, John Flanagan. So this coin is a clad coin. That's the only kind of coin they made for quarters in 1984. They did not make any silver quarters. Even in the prestige sets, all of the coins were clad coins except for the Olympic silver dollar that was in the prestige sets. They did not make a silver mint set back then or any silver quarters that year. It says United States of America around the top, E pluribus unum here. We know we're not going to see many leg feathers because in 1984 that just wasn't an issue. They just didn't make any of the coins well enough so you see leg feathers on them for the quarters. We know we're going to have a hard time seeing any line in the middle of the arrow because they just didn't do that very well in 1984. They were using these old worn out dies and they just kept using them. Nothing special in the dies. It wasn't that they were broken or anything. It's just that they were so worn that they didn't give great detail. Quarter dollar at the bottom here. If we look at the eagle's head, we don't see any beak line, not a great eye line, and even the cowlick in the back, which you can almost always see, is very, very faded there. So the best Philadelphia quarter they found so far is a Mint State 68. There's the Philadelphia quarter from the PCGS website, and you can see that that one has sold for $1,293 at a Mint State 67, but something fun happened, and that is that they found a Mint State 68, and PCGS has graded that Mint State 68. And what you do is you just go down here and click over to get to it. So it's up to $4,500 for a Mint State 68 for the 1984 Philadelphia quarter. So not huge money, but pretty good money. There just aren't many of them around. They also made them at the San Francisco Mint, and you can tell this is the San Francisco Mint one here because it has the cameo where the George Washington actually gets polished with a different kind of polish than the rest of the coin and just pops right off the coin. This is a beautiful cameo. San Francisco Mint has the S over there. You see the 1984 here. If we tip this up on the edge again, we know that it's going to be a clad coin, and it's really, even the edge is brilliant on this coin. We get onto the back, and we see that this is a beautiful coin also. Here's the 1984 S Proof 70 Proof Quarter from PCGS, and you can see the rating down here. This is a deep cameo proof, and you can just tell by looking at it it's a deep cameo, and Washington just jumps right off that coin. And it's a little bit of a sad story because one was sold in 2003 for $380. The problem is that whenever something like that happens, people start looking for them, and it turns out that right now a Proof 70 goes for about $6. If you ever wanted to get a proof quarter, this would be the one to get. You can get this for under $10 at the highest grade that PCGS grades coins at. If you want to get the best quarter ever for a certain year, this is not a bad coin to look for. The last mint they made them at in 1984 was the Denver Mint, and you can see this one's got some great toning on it. It's really coming to life. A little bit of scratch from the mint, a little bit of a mark there on the cheek. So that mark there, this scratch here, this one down here would make this so this is not going to be anywhere near a Mint State 65 even. The Denver Mint, they've also got some pretty high valued quarters. In this one right here is a Mint State 67. The auction record is $780, but it turns out that they've been able to find a higher grade Denver quarter also, and you see that they now found a Mint State 67 plus. PCGS estimates the value at $1,350. It hasn't been sold at auction yet that we know of. So look for these quarters out there, because there are some amazingly beautiful quarters. And also notice that for 1984, you might get legs with no feathers that look like this, and it might still be a Mint State 67 or above. They also put these coins out in a mint set, and the mint set would only include in 1984 the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint. The Denver coin is going to be probably worth $2 to $3. The Philadelphia quarter that we saw is really good. You might get up to $5 on this one. And then finally, the San Francisco Mint coin. Because there's so many good ones out there, you don't have to have much. Even these scratches that you can only see if you tip it a certain way will take away from the value of this coin. And so this coin is probably worth $1, $1.50. It's just not very valuable, because the S coins that year, they made 3 million of them, and they found so many that are so good that are just a little bit off, takes all the value away. Have a great day from DC Coinworld International Coin Channel. We love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.